Alright, I'm just wrapping some wire up and shoving it back where there was a torso. And there's some stuff I'm wrapping it around on the inside, making sure it stays. Hot glue, very helpful in this project. I'm just pulling off all those strings, just making sure she's not too short or tall or whatever. Now I'm just locking the leg in that position so they don't move while I'm working. I'm doing the same thing with the top half. And this one doesn't have anything inside of it. It's pretty much hollow, so I gotta glue it to the edges all the way around, which is fine, but hot glue doesn't dry that fast, so took a second. Now the arms were in my way. Don't be weird about tying it up, alright? It's a doll, okay? It's a doll. Calm down. Now I'm just making sure that I can connect the two pieces correctly and it's not gonna mess with the frame I've already established. And this one I'm just cutting 4 pieces, one for the front, back, and sides to give it a little bit more help standing up. And like I said, hot glue does not dry quickly, not as quickly as you want it to sometimes, so it's taking a minute. And now I'm just attaching the last little bit, putting it all in the bottom half and attaching that. Super exciting stuff here, guys. There we go. I'm keeping it all from bowing out or crushing under its weight, and I'm covering up some of the bigger gaps in between, so I'm not wasting stuff, just pushing it through a gap. I put hot glue across the surface of the tape. That's supposed to give it more structure, but I really don't think it did anything. I think there's just hot glue in the doll nails. And right now, I'm doing the same exact process I did for the torso for the knees to reattach her shins. And this one had some stuff to wrap around on the inside as well, so it was a little easier on that part. The shins, those just had a flat top, and I just put it on and let it dry. Pretty easy. Reattaching, like I said, that was pretty easy. Wire and hot glue all the way around. Now I'm just getting rid of that thigh gap that everybody for some reason wants. I guess it's good when you're sweaty, because then, you know, you don't get chafed if you have a thigh gap, right? I don't know. Not that it matters. And then this is where I realized it's bowing inward, and that's not what I want, because if I wanted that, I wouldn't have put tape across her legs in the first place. And there's more useless glue that was supposed to give it structure, but probably does nothing whatsoever. I'm realizing that this one needs the front mid-stripe as well. But unfortunately now the tape looks like crap, which is fine. I guess it's just the underlying stuff. Now I'm just giving her one big shin. And at this point I didn't realize it wasn't going to move where I wanted it to be, but let's just waste time. That's fine. Whatever. And I'm trying to turn it where I want it to be. Like I said, I didn't think that through, so I'm like really struggling a little bit. So I tried to just glue it where I wanted it. I mean, it kind of worked, I guess. Not really. I'm just gonna take it apart, readjust it, and then put it back together, because I did have an idea of what I wanted to do to an extent. For the most part, this is just a bunch of random screw it. This will probably work, but I did have some kind of vision for what I wanted the end product to be. Oh, and then Kitten, my little puka, stole Mama's seat while she was getting coffee. Cute little turd. Oh, out comes the tinfoil. I'm just giving her some patellas. Even she needs patellas. We all need patellas. Weird sentence, if I'm gonna be honest. And I'm just reinforcing that little gap, you know, her ribcage. And this is just to smooth out those kneecaps, make them a little bit less janky. Giving her a more solid leg pit. And right here, I'm just solidifying that base so that I have something that's not hollow to work with when I get to that part. And this, I'm just trying to get her torso turned the way I want it. It's a process, but it's working a little bit. I do have to hold her up substantially until I bring that pillow in. That pillow's a disaster right now. It's nice and clean in this video, but just give it a couple videos. Right now, I'm just smoothing her out, giving her a nice little corset. Yeah, look at that. For a doll, she had a pretty nice butt, which is really weird to say, but like, how can you not notice if you're like cutting her apart? I don't know, but why did you sculpt a butt on a doll? Like, you know, her back's not all hollow and weird looking anymore. And this, you know, taking off that BDSM. It didn't occur to me that I was gonna do something with her arms until just, you know, when I was like, hey, let's snip it off. And this was a lot easier because it was just straight up rubber, so I could just snip it. And I'm doing the same thing I did with the torso, legs, and My software would not allow me to zoom in to the middle where I would rather have the hand be. That was just pretty satisfying. And this, like I said, is straight rubber, so I could just twist the hand back on using a piece of wire. Now I'm just ripping off that shoulder, taking it out, giving it another joint. And Pooh Bear went outside. She just wanted to come back in. She goes to the window, and if the curtains are open, she meows at me. She knows I'll let her in through the window. And right now, I'm just giving her an electron process, reattaching her arm. And I went and talked to my parents because they came downstairs to see, like, what was going on. And this is what happened. I'm not mad. I'm just kind of glad I got it on video. Reinforcing the ligaments in her wrist, making sure she can grip stuff again properly. Somehow I reattached her head. Didn't get that on video, I guess. But it's reattached. Look at that, she's got a head again. That's cool, right?